December 23rd Osage County Commission meeting to order. Start with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Look, Herbie's hanging off the coat rack. There's one back there. One right behind Ryan. Good morning, everyone. On your left. Careful, they're walking. Okay, roll call. All three commissioners present. Josh and I will be available by phone. Michelle Morris is also present. Addition, deletions to the agenda. Anybody? Going once, going twice, sold. Need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Public comments. Anyone here for public comment? No public comment today? All right. Unfinished business. Payroll. Michelle, I assume this is everybody you?
You guys just need to decide
Decide what?
whether we're gonna use the ADP or not.
Oh, is this the
yeah,
ADP?
that's right. Sorry, yep, sorry. I
Are you awake?
needed my memory refreshed. Well, a lot of things happen through the week. So are there any questions? Did you guys get a chance to review?
Any questions?
Just put some context to it. It's the ADP, this is the payroll we would like to sub out, essentially contract with, third party with. We talked a little bit about this last week. Michelle has done her diligence, provided us with a quote.
Well, I visited with Matt, had a great, about hour-long conversation. I just went through the whole thing. And it looks like, I mean, there's a lot of really good features. So it looks like, if I understand it right, the quote here, with all these monthly or annual processing, all these bullet points are things that are included in that. So there's a lot available to us. So I don't know if we're planning to use all of it or parts of it, but it looks like all of that's available to us. So I think it's, I don't know if has the county ever done this before? This is our first time doing it, so I'm encouraged with it. I think all these things here, as we learn about them and all the features and how to use them, I think there's a lot of things available to us that'll be positive. So I did my best to try to understand each of the items. So it looks good to me. I think that we have a lot to learn about it, though. But it looks really good. It's got some HR features to it. It doesn't necessarily replace a person, but it's software that's available for a lot of the things that Michelle does. This software, I think, will offload a lot of those things, if I understand it right. So I did reach out to Michelle to visit with her, just to see her thoughts and what areas are like most important to her, but to learn more about that and which one she thinks she may be using first or implementing. I don't know if it gets implemented all at once, how all that works, but so I plan to visit with Michelle about
Pretty much all.
her thoughts on that.
Right.
Yep.
That's the way I
So-
understood it. It begins when we approve it.
Yeah.
Well, sign the contract anyway.
So, yep.
And I think Josh was, he was okay with it, as far as I know, but if we need to have further conversation with him, we can reach him by phone.
Yeah, no, I reached out and visited with him a little bit about it. He, I think one of his counties he's with, or maybe a group he's with, uses it, and so he's somewhat familiar. So it sounds like there's gonna be a lot of features available to the employees also. There's gonna be a lot of information that they need throughout the year, that they'll have access, they can just, in real time, get those things.
Right.
Which I think people will really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Which again offloads from the clerk's office trying to,
Right.
supply all those things.
So I think it kind of accomplishes all the things,
So-
encompasses all the things we were trying to accomplish anyway.
Yeah. So the gentleman was very, very helpful. I'm sure as time goes on, I'm probably still gonna have questions as we get it implemented and things like that, but there's availability to reach out and visit with them about things, so, I think it could be good for the county and the employees and the clerk's office and us as a commission.
Mr. Bailey, any words?
Nope. Like I
So-
said, I've used them in the past, so, and fairly simple, easy to
Oh,
use.
and the other thing you mentioned, which Michelle might have said some of this the other day, when she handed this out, I was kind of reading it, so I didn't hear some of the things she mentioned, but the pricing is also less than what they quoted. For like the first 3 years, there's like, is that right, 3 months off? 3 months discounted? It was about $8,000 less than what their quote was, is that right?
For 3 years.
For the
yes.
first 3 years. Now, it is on an annual contract, but they offer this for 3 years, is that right? Some,
It is on, quoted as a year, yes, but there's no, if you want to cancel it anytime, you can.
Yeah.
You're not stuck in a contract.
so the pricing on there is even better than what they quoted. And there's no implementation fee. And it sounds like they do quite a bit with helping get it implemented. Is that right, Michelle? They'll be pretty involved with that, so. Seeing if I have anything else.
Estimated annual net, 24,85670.
The only thing I didn't ask, but I'm guessing, is that when it comes time for everyone, like the employees and everyone to learn their part, like how to access all their data and all that, I'm guessing there's training for that? Do you know if they, like, come in and do training or do Zoom training or?
I think we can do either or. It's pretty simple. They're in.
So, I think that was, yeah, I think that's everything on my end. That was all on my end.
Do we have very many people that are getting paper checks as payroll, or is everybody already direct deposit?
Everybody's direct deposit. The only time that we would have a paper is if somebody starts like at the very last and I don't have a chance to get a pre-note done.
Right.
I'm never really comfortable until that is good and cross through with the bank to just let a whole deposit go through. So
Yeah.
I'll give them the paper, but it's very rare.
Okay, good.
Something.
I was just reading that because that makes sense if we're already there. That's just one less thing that we have to worry about changing over.
Something they did say, which I think is gonna solve an issue that's kind of in a request here, is that if some people wanna be paid monthly, they can, and if some people wanna be paid twice a month, they can. They can set up the payroll in different ways. So I know that's been kind of, some people have wanted more than once a month, and other people wanna stay with once, and it sounds like that's a feature that's available. So I found that also, maybe encouraging, because I know that's been a request off and on for the last 3 or 4 years I've been here, and it's, was gonna cause issues in the clerk's office, but it sounds like there you have the ability to do that.
Good.
And they said they can put out a check if something happens and something needs to be cut right away. So,
Okay. Well, with that being said, I will need a motion to approve to allow the chairman to sign the agreement, quote number 02-2024-7579811 with ADP for it says a 1-year annual contract. In the estimated amount of $24,856.70.
So moved.
second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. And I only seen 2 signature pages here, Michelle, is that correct? Okay, IT discussion decision. Thank you. So we had, oh, dang it, I checked my folder. Right here. We had a discussion last week. We allowed each contractor to provide a rundown of their services and their quote. And then we allowed for a week for anyone with questions to maybe reach out to each contractor to review the quotes, if you will. And then today I would like to vote on approving one. So, Heather, do you have any, what questions you want to start,
Well,
actually?
You're probably not gonna like my answer, but I visited with 3 of the 4. I didn't get time to call the 4th one. But I have more questions now that I've reached out to the 3 that I did get a hold of. But a lot of it revolves around what they quoted, and that it may be we need to refine that, because we already have 3 vendors between district court, sheriff, and the attorney. And then we've got Sunny right now, and then I know Helix is working with the clerk's office. But it sounds like, I reached out to Linda and Laura again, because I know in the past they made mention that they both would prefer to stay with Sunny regardless of what we may do. So, and then my guess is that Michelle may want to stay with Helix depending on who gets chosen. So that affects some of the pricing and what the companies are bidding, if that's where those other 3 elected offices decide to go. And so a couple of them, when I visited with them, both kind of said that they didn't know if they had, like, as I was asking some questions, both of them kind of said they didn't know if they had the full details of what they may need to quote it more accurately, I guess. So I'm not sure what we want to do with that. So, I mean, there could be, we have 4 providers right now, and depending on who gets chosen, we could go to 5 or 6 providers for IT, is what could essentially happen. And so I think if, depending on that, that affects, depending on who we choose, if we have 5 providers, we have to have 2 contracts with the other elected offices. There's a chance we have 6 contracts. So, I don't know. I guess I ended up with a few more questions after I listened to them on Monday and then reached out and had more conversations. That's kind of where that went. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, really, that's the potential for any office. It doesn't really matter. Because as elected officials running their office, they can absolutely choose who they want to use.
Yeah.
So there's always been that potential. I think the biggest reason that we put the RFP out, and correct me if I'm wrong, was because we don't currently have a contract with a certain IT. And we need to get someone at some place, or even approve the elected officials to choose which one they'd like to use, and then approve the contracts that they approve. I mean, we have to get somewhere.
Well, and I guess that's kind of what I'm thinking, that if, we probably need to find out from the elected officials what they may do. And then that might change the bid, because then whatever the leftover offices are, that bid would change. Like how many users and,
But we also have departments that are not under elected, they're under department heads. So I feel like if you're gonna extend it, you know, obviously to electeds, we're gonna have to make the choice to extend it to all department heads. And then that's gonna, you know what I mean?
and that may change what the bid is depending on how many offices.
Which we did put some rundown as best we knew in the RFP. We don't know much more unless we're gonna open it up to full exploratory research to all the contractors.
Yeah, and I had only reached out, I reached back out to Laura and Linda only because of what they had mentioned in the past, and then my assumption with who Michelle is using. And since those are electeds, and the other electeds are making their own choice, that's why I was making the assumption on those 3. But it affects when they're bidding it, like in case of Century, you know, they bid it as what was proposed, but if you're removing 3 offices, that's a certain number of users, which would change their price,
Mhm.
right? And you know, each person wants to give the as accurate a bid as possible, because it might change their base price if they're charging that flat rate. And then you also have to decide who's doing what. Like if you've got Helix in one office and you've got Sunny with the other two electeds, what are they doing for those offices? And then the remaining offices and the servers and administrative status, like, what's that look like? Or is this just gonna be a team between whoever we contract with and they all work together? Like,
Right.
what's that look like?
I think you got yourself a little deep in the woods, because essentially we have one centralized server where everything's gonna come back to. We have to work from there out. So you obviously have to have someone that is at the top of all those interests, that if the other offices wanna choose someone different, they need to be back to that person. We've gotta have one person, one contractor that is responsible for the overall health of our IT. We can't just totally throw the RFP out and just let everybody pick and choose who they would like to use. It would be utter chaos.
Yeah, and I don't wanna just throw it out.
Right.
Even just the two that are here, when I visited with them, I felt like that's kind of where the conversation went somewhat, in that trying to get it a little bit more nailed down than just, well, we might have a hodgepodge. You might not have all the offices or users that are in there. So I guess that's my thought, is I don't want to throw it out. Should we refine it after talking with the other offices and determining where they may go? That's kind of where I got with that. And I apologize to the fourth person that I did not get called. I just ran out of time.
He's probably right there.
Is that you? I am sorry. I just worked my way down the list and I
Still wrong.
ran out. So that's how far I got. So they were really good conversations, I felt.
Jay, do you have any questions? I'm gonna reach out to Josh and see if he's available. I have a couple questions for him.
I think
In
most of
regards
mine
to-
got answered. I also reached out to the other people to see what they thought. I called Michelle, I called Linda and several others, and I'm gonna use this person regardless, so, I mean, I don't know how you get that all worked out, because if I'm the guy that's supposed to be doing it, and I got another office using somebody else, then who's actually in charge? So,
Well, and that goes back to what I was saying previously, because ultimately, unless we're gonna divide each office into having their own servers, their own storage, their own, everything separate, we gotta have one guy, one contractor that we look to, and then even if all three guys get a piece of the pie, Century, we'll use Helix, if he's the top of it, the other two are talking to him when it comes to server issues in regards to that, how to get their stuff implemented, how to work it in. That has to be the control.
So, can we, public comments?
Hmm?
Can we add something?
Hmm? You're part of the discussion.
Yeah, just so everyone, so there's other people in this building that don't use the Osage code.org, okay? So the division within that's called tenant management, so that tenant is what, I presume and assume everyone else, is what the RFP includes. So these other departments that we're mentioning, do they use the osagecode.org, or are we talking about the courts, or are we talking, there's some other people in this building that don't use that domain, but any department that uses the osagecode.org, if we're looking to divide that up, there would be tenant collaboration in that contract, if that's what we're trying to see. Or, I know my company would be willing to interview with all the departments, get their feedback, and help them manage this decision if that's what we're really discussing, because that, I think, makes a little more sense to help hold the hands of some of the department heads and, see what they want, see what they need, let them know what's gonna happen. I know my company would also be willing to, on a temporary basis, be able to assist, or at least call it an interview, on a temporary, we don't have to get into a one-year contract right off the bat if, you know, if this council thinks that that's maybe the easier option. So yeah, everything's on the table. But as far as everyone picking their own thing, I'd be available for council to help sort out how that would work. Does that make sense?
So, let me just ask this question then, and I'm just gonna ask this of the whole room. Would everyone feel comfortable if we refine this to a tenant management situation? Would you guys still be interested in bidding to where you would just be managing the server itself and then working with all the department heads and who they select? Would that be a big problem for everybody?
It's not.
Do you see what I'm saying?
It's not a big problem. I think there does need to be some sort of decision made on, because there are gonna be things that a singular company, it's gonna be in your best interest that they manage as opposed to everyone managing. Your Microsoft tenant being one of them.
Right.
You wanna avoid duplication of services. I think segmenting is probably gonna end up being more costly in the long term than it is gonna be as a unified solution. So from a taxpayer perspective, it's a bigger expense to do it in the manner that you're speaking to. It's just because you're gonna have duplicated services, it's gonna be less efficient.
Right.
And service delivery will probably suffer as a consequence in some aspects, right?
And, you know, there's also efficiency improvements, and there might be differences in what goals each company in here has or wants to achieve with the county. Yeah, that's always an issue, I would think. You know, we move in one direction, we want to use these services, these apps, you know, these features, these workflows, and maybe one other company just wants to focus on security and, you know, keeping things where we go. So, yeah, I think if we need to get more involved with the department heads and as a council, and I'd be willing to do that. I had a feeling, you know, what we're discussing right now might have been a possibility because everything happens so quick and, you know, and I feel like it'd be easier for everyone if, I don't know, maybe we can get all the department heads together and schedule something or during the next council meeting. I mean, you guys let us know what you think's best and, I mean,
Right.
I know I'm here to help, so whatever it takes.
Part of the hangup is we set a schedule, we provided an RFP. That RFP was worked on very hard by some people. It was adapted at the very end, the last second, for one reason or the other. And then we've pushed you guys around a little bit. So I do apologize for that, and I don't want to take all your hard work. I don't want it to kind of be foreshadowed, but I think with all the questions that have been raised, if you will, it might be better if we refine that RFP a little bit more and then allow you guys to rebid. I just don't, I hate doing that. I hate doing that, because you guys have worked hard. You're all here, you showed up, you're here, and I really appreciate that. I know how frustrating it is when you put in a quote and then people pull the rug out or change midstream. So I guess it's a really weigh in from you two. What do you guys think is best at this point?
Well, I will apologize that it's maybe going to go longer. I don't feel like I pulled the rug out from anybody, but I just, learning what I learned on Monday from their presentations and then following up with the questions, I just created more questions for me, and I could see how maybe it was affecting their ability to have a more refined, accurate
It's
quote.
not a statement directed at you.
Well,
so you
okay,
can
well, I just,
go
sorry.
back into the next piece.
Sorry, you just said that,
It was
and,
about you.
yeah. So
If you
that's
have-
kind of where I'm at with that, is that I would like us to try to define, I guess, the roles, like you said, and then we need to determine what offices prefer different providers, and that's gonna let us know what the bid parameters may look like.
Jay, any weight?
I get both sides of that, so, I mean, I know when you put a bid in that you've done your work but sometimes the people that provided the bid didn't get our homework right, so.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with having them refine it. I guess one of the big things I would do is I would ask all of them to reach out to the other department heads and find out what they need, because honestly, I don't know what each department needs. I know what the county needs,
Right.
but that may not be what an individual department needs. So if you'd reach out to them, that might help a little bit, and it might even make a comfort level to know whether they want you to bid their service or not. And that's just from my
help
side.
defining the parameters of what should be bid, that's more specific than like, because like your current RFP is around 50 computers, right?
Right.
Do you want help establishing the parameters of what an accurate assessment or more of an IT audit?
I think that's what, yeah, I think that's what both commissioners are getting at, actually, all three is really good. I think that's what they're getting at, is to allow you guys that have bid this, open up the offices, interview the offices, if that's something that you guys want to do. If you're comfortable with that, research, reach out to the offices, interview with them. Sonny currently handles the IT right now, and I'm sure you would be willing to answer questions, just provide information. And then maybe put together your thoughts of what everybody needs.
That makes a lot of sense.
So again, I apologize that this is just as much my fault as anybody's fault. I'm not casting any blame towards one direction or the other. And I really, really appreciate the work you guys put into this RFP and answering it and to your quotes. So with that being said, unless there's any other disdain or any thoughts, I think we will reserve decision at this point on the IT RFP discussion and just allow you guys to reach out to the department heads respectively and formulate your thoughts.
What time frame you want to put on
3 weeks, 3 weeks, what do you guys think lengthwise?
Holidays, 3 weeks is probably.
Yeah, holidays, obviously, yeah.
3 weeks
Three.
from now, maybe.
We'll call it 1 month. How's that sound? So 1 month from today, that kind of kicks Jay out, I think, would be the, I don't have the next year's January. 23rd, yeah. Next year's January, that would be the 20th, essentially, inauguration day. That would be Monday's meeting, the 20th.
What do you want to write on 20th list?
They're, how do I put it? For lack of better terms, their respective, I don't want to say quotes, but their plan, their IT plan.
Is there anything from department heads?
I think it's,
I think they're gonna be reaching
yeah,
out to
they're
them.
gonna be interviewing, they're all gonna be part of it, because it's all gonna be part of these guys' interviews. I'm just writing this at the top. All right. Anything else?
Les, are you wanting those emailed to you prior to the 20th?
Oh, yeah, that would be fine. I'm just giving, January 20th is the date. If you have it done sooner, then feel free to send it out to us. If you don't, January 20th is the date. I would like to have it sooner, obviously, we would all like to in preparation for the meeting, but I gotta have some sort of date, so, January 20th.
For me, if I get them
Drop that date.
before the 20th, it's good, so if I need to follow up with questions.
Yes, I'm trying, we're in the holiday season, so I'm trying to give them as much time respectfully as possible. You're gonna have 2 days gone this week and then 2 days gone the following with New Year's and all that, because our offices aren't even open Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, so.
And that's Martin Luther King Day, we're open for business on that day, right?
I believe the county, yeah.
Oh, it'll be a Tuesday. I don't think we meet on Martin Luther King Day. Are we closed on, I think we're closed on that day. Yeah, so it might be a Tuesday meeting.
Just find it out.
That is true. It's true. Martin Luther King Day. we're
I'm
on.
pretty sure we're closed at
I
8.
thought-
Thank you for whoever brought that up.
And just so we're not
We
calling
had
it,
a different-
I won't be here regardless, so
Right.
just so we're not cold.
I'll be on a sunny beach.
Michelle, you got it. Heather,
Yep,
uh,
good.
sorry, would you be, are you gonna inform the department heads that these individuals will be reaching out, just give them a little heads up so we're not.
I mean, if we
What's
want,
happening and who are you?
Send a mass email.
Yeah, a little alert.
That doesn't change the date. Keep it at the 20th, and then if we meet on the 21st, that's another day where we've got to review.
It'll be the 21st.
Okay. All right, very good. Well, thank you all again. Thank you very much.
If we'll see you, happy holidays.
Franny, since you sat here the longest, I think you come up here first.
All right. I'd be happy
It's a bright sunshiny day.
It is a bright, sunny, shiny
I love
day.
IT discussions.
Uh,
I love IT discussions. 90% of America has no idea what goes on
I
with it.
just want them to come.
They
to
just
my
know their
phone
computer
As
guy.
soon as they can get there and fix what I'm.
can I tell you, when I talked to all three of them, I said similar things. I'm trying to learn about something that's a different language, right? I said, here's what I know. When my computer doesn't work, I want to call somebody, they pick up the
Right.
phone, and they help me. And I said, I think most of the departments would say the same thing. I just want my computer to work when I'm at work, and if it breaks, I want to call you and you fix it.
Right now.
Right now.
And I am your top priority, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay. We are up to 3 new minivans. The next one will be here Tuesday of next week. So before the end of this year, we'll have all 4 minivans and all new buses.
Neat.
Okay? Now, this one has already arrived, and I need to pay for it. So there's that one.
Did you already read
We'll start with
After
that.
down the line.
Are these the ones that were approved in last year's budget still, aren't
No,
they?
2 years ago, weren't
Okay.
they?
Yeah, I was gonna say, this has been
I
going.
mean, they've already
before you were
been,
here.
the money's already
The
spoken for.
money's already spoken for.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think
There's-
we approved money for everything we were gonna get all at
Correct.
one time, right?
Yes.
And what's our portion? What percentage is
We
that
are
portion?
paying 10%. You had, I believe that you put back 20%, but since they got canceled due to COVID,
Mhm.
and then I reordered, KDOT said we only had to pay 10%.
Okay, so this is number 4?
That's number 3. No, that's number 2. 3 and 4 are sitting here.
Okay.
Okay, now, one of these I don't have, but it'll be here Tuesday. But they billed them both on one invoice. So I thought it would be better to go ahead, we don't have to give them the check right now, but thought it would be better if we go ahead and get everything and get it done, so we start 25 out fresh. If that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I get them checked how it gets here, so what difference does it make?
Yeah, and that way, if it shows up missing doors and whatnot,
Or with the dent?
over the big tent.
Has KDOT already sent us the money, or do we gotta apply?
KDOT has sent the money for that one,
Okay,
but
not the other two yet.
So we'll be floating that one.
I have to find that money first. It's a long story, but
It's the
it's
same.
been sent to our treasurer.
Okay,
Then this money will be sent, this probably won't be sent till the second week of January from KDOT.
I was trying to figure out whether they'd sent us those 2 years ago when I ordered them, or if they do it as we get them. So
They do it
they're
as you
done.
get them.
Okay.
And they do it as we get them, and I have a stack of paper like this that I have to do, send to KDOT.
And
Say,
this will-
KDOT,
This will end all the ones that we funded 2 years ago, correct?
yes.
Okay.
This will be all the money you've appropriated previously, and then we will have all the new vehicles, and I still have 4 minivans that Jay's gonna sell for me.
Sweet.
Well, we're gonna facilitate selling for her.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it
Facility.
really should work.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, with that being said, if there's no disagreement, discussion, I will need a motion to approve purchase order number 4032 in the amount of $70,075.00 for one 2023 Chrysler Voyager minivan for the Department of Public Transportation to be paid to Kansas Truck.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, I will need a motion to approve paying purchase number 4014 in the amount of $140,150.00 for two 2023 Chrysler Voyagers to be paid to Kansas Truck.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Are we sure these are 23s?
They're 23s.
So they must have been sitting there waiting a while.
They have been.
Well, they were building these to suit, weren't they? Wasn't that part of the issue? It was kind of midstream and everything slowed down, they went and built the suit.
They need to sign the bottom and everything. Thought I should read his signature.
Golly, Mom.
I feel like he's worked on that and perfected it. I mean, yeah, it looks sloppy, but it also looks not sloppy. It's like a doctor. Just saying.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, so call me Dr. J.
Dr. Julius Irvin sitting there. You didn't know he was sitting there.
I will call you something, I'm not sure that's what it's gonna be.
Dr. J.
Guys, thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Have a great day.
Mr. Fine?
Have a wonderful
Your
day.
day.
Any copies of those? I can do it in your office.
Would you like a 5-minute non-person, or non-elected personnel with us three?
Probably, unless there's questions over this one.
Well, I just figured it might be appropriate.
Yeah.
So I will move to enter into a 5-minute executive session under the non-elected personnel clause with all three commissioners and Ryan Fine for a matter of 5 minutes, and put us back at, call it 9:44.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor? Aye, opposed? Motion carries.
Excuse me.
No action taken in executive session. All right, I can provide your, oh, yes.
The other thing that I have is just, we got our contract books for the two bridges that we discussed the other day with the Corey Olmeyer. So I have, places that we've signed, and we'll send them back out to Cook Flat and stuff. We kind of pull them apart so they're easier to get to, but there's a lot. And, I need, let's see, this bridge is,
Before you pass this out, I'll just need a motion to approve the 2 status payroll change reports brought forth by Ryan Fine, Road and Bridge Director.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Just make sure Michelle gets her piece.
okay. Will do. Okay. This one's for Bridge 390 out on Barrington Road. I have just a signature page, and then they will add these back into the contract books. So here is these, and then we got tabs on them where the signatures go. There. That'll have the date. that we
They
put in
fill
there.
those out. We just sign it. I
Yeah.
remember doing these in the past.
There's that one for that bridge.
Okay, well, we might as well start with you.
Yeah, because I think these are already approved, so it's not,
Yeah. And when we get them all back together, I'll bring the one down, and that will go into Michelle's office for her records.
And you reviewed the quote for the water line bore for the bridge north of Burlingame? Did I say
Yes,
that?
I reviewed that. I haven't taken action on it yet, but
I just want to make sure you got everything you need.
I think so, yeah.
is Burlingame being unfair to you on, is that utilities director over there trying to rip it on? Yeah, I'd watch it. I hear he's kind of different.
That is full
No,
support.
it's a good contractor. I've worked with that contractor before over in Franklin County, so.
No, I wasn't talking about the contractor. I was talking
The contractor you need to worry about.
Oh, no, Crocodile Dundee died.
What?
Yep,
You know, Ricky Henderson died over the
I
weekend.
seen that.
Here's the other one. This is one's for Bridge 220. So same deal.
Is it your, oh, it's
There's, yeah.
the red tab, self-explanatory.
Did you get your positive put? I don't know who gave that to us. I could guess.
That's hilarious.
I would bet that your guess would be pretty good. You guys should have sent them to Michelle. She got signed to the other. How are you?
You can just pass it to Michelle, she'll have to sign it.
That's all I
Anything
have.
else? All right.
As soon as they're finished, I'll take them over and get them stamped, so we'll get them put back together and sent back to Quick Flat.
Very good.
So, I talked to Corey Holmeyer the other day, and they're thinking if the weather holds like it's doing, they're thinking maybe mid-January, they'll get started. So,
Really?
we'll get these
Cool.
started and going and rolling, so.
Nice.
Was excited to have very good bids on those bridges. That was, that, the cost that they bid was way,
Yeah.
thought it was gonna cost.
Good.
That definitely helps us that way we can add some more.
Yeah, we've got a lot of them.
Yes, yes, we do. Got a lot of bridges and they're
For
just.
being so flat in this state, we sure have a lot of bridges.
All right. That was
Thank you,
all I
sir.
had.
Merry Christmas.
You guys have a good Christmas.
You too.
You too.
Okay, Colleen, are you listening? Treasurer, did Laura leave the personnel sheet with you? No. See if she can bring hers down, and then we can take care of that. Very good. While we're waiting on everybody, Michelle, sail away letter, PO,
K-Camp, I didn't print all those pages off, I just, emailed them just to leave.
which is the approved
Yeah.
renewal.
Yeah. I did print those off. I was just gonna, just had a question.
All right. So while Colleen sets up, would you look over that? Would you look over that?
Is this something new or something we've been?
That is what we approved last week, correct, Michelle? Ms. Kramer?
Yeah, it was just a last one that you signed.
This guy, I don't know how he makes any money, but, I mean, his prices, that's just crazy.
And this
And it's good, yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I'm thankful for him, he's doing great. With Fred Netch's retirement, I didn't see you there
When was it?
last week, Tuesday at noon.
It's pretty much ready, yeah.
I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday.
That next one, the day. It was the 18th or 19th.
You know, we'll put it up, and then what I'll do is I'll just, are you ready for it?
Yeah, yeah, if you guys are ready.
Well, good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'm always excited for this time of the year, and thank you for the opportunity to come back and share with the Osage County community the good works that are happening in economic development. For the best experience possible for the community, I have worked through the weekend to try to put together a video that gives an overview of the good works that are happening in Osage County. I apologize, I'm not the most tech-savvy person, but I tried to make this work not only for today's meeting, they may not see the detail but we're planning on posting this on the Osage County website under the Economic Development Department, so they'll be able to see the detail then. Other thing I would say is, I know that the Board of Commissions. Oops.
Sorry.
I know the Board of Commission and the community is used to me talking fast and moving fast and getting a lot done, but I want to prepare you, especially the Board of Commission who might have already seen this presentation, that I've slowed down the pace. It's very detailed and methodical to make sure that the community understands more of the detail. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take it away. This is about a 30-minute overview. We've done a lot, and there's a lot to talk about. So with that, Sunny, thank you so much for your help.
No worries.
I serve at the direction of the Osage County Board of Commission. We work as a team along with each one of our municipalities. And we are committed to improving our community and building a thriving place to live, work, and play. In 2023, Economic Development launched a strategic planning process. In August of 2023, Economic Development hosted a Vision Summit where nearly 100 community members, municipalities, leaders, residents, schools, and businesses came together to assess Osage County economic development competitiveness and identified strategies for future growth. Participants prioritized assets, resources, and areas of focus to grow the population, grow the county tax base, and increase the wealth of its residents and businesses. The good news is Osage County has significant potential for economic growth. As we learned from Jeremy Hill, Director of Center of Economic Development and Business Research with Wichita State University. Together, the community identified strategies for future growth with the goal to bolster economic prosperity across all areas of Osage County. This slide summarizes the strategies will prepare Osage County for economic growth. Growing housing, growing tourism by leveraging our 2 federal lakes, growing downtown revitalization, growing investments in infrastructure, growing and supporting local businesses, all working together to grow and improve the tax base for Osage County. With our proximity to growing markets and growth coming our way, it is time for Osage County to begin planning our tomorrows. The Board of Commission and the Planning and Zoning Board commissioned Russ Huey to update the 2002 Comprehensive Plan. We are long overdue to adjust the plan to recognize how things have changed and set new goals for the future. The comprehensive plan outlines our shared vision for community growth, guidance for future development, recommends policies and strategies for transportation use, community facilities and services over the next 20 years. Participation from the community is vital. Convening meetings will happen in spring of first quarter, and we expect to wrap up by spring, the end of spring, first quarter. Our goal is to incorporate wind and solar policies, establish county building codes, establish code enforcement and a process across the county and municipalities. We plan to present an action plan to the Board of Commission with the conclusion of the comprehensive plan. Our community leaders are engaged and have begun the strategic planning for each of their communities. Our focus began immediately with strengthening small rural communities. We are working in collaboration, and we recognize that we are stronger together. A great example is our quarterly mayor summits, where mutual problems and hurdles are identified and the communities collaborate together to resolve the issues. And we have many, many other examples of where we're working in collaboration. As we are strengthening our small rural communities, a huge thank you to the Board of Commissioners for hosting a countywide free grant writing workshop with Kansas State University, with our goal of growing grant writers in each and every community. We understand that grants are a vital piece of funding in small communities. Continuing on our effort to strengthen rural communities, Economic Development partnered with the municipalities on a county-wide housing assessment. Our goal was to work together to accelerate housing growth in each community, to work and be cost-effective and ensure that each municipality has access to housing grants. And one must complete a housing assessment to apply for any housing grants. By working together, we overcame resource barriers in each community. We were able to complete a successful HIAC meeting in September of 2024, and that is a presentation on Osage County housing priorities to the Housing Interagency Advisory Committee. That's at the state level, where we basically discussed funding with each one of the state representatives. We had a very successful meeting. In addition, earlier this year, I also attended the 2024 Kansas Housing Conference, where I networked and learned everything I could about programs and funding opportunities for Osage County. Osage County has invested and has been very fortunate to have a successful track record with being awarded the Modern Income Housing Grant. In 2022, Carbondale was awarded the Modern Income Housing Grant for 40 units over the course of the next 5 years. The following year, Osage City applied and was awarded the MIH grant for 15 units over the next 5 years. And we came together as a county to pull together a county-wide application in November of 2024 for 21 units. And we expect to receive the results in the first quarter, probably by the end of the first quarter. What we know to date is that there were 74 applications this go around. And as we expected, it was highly competitive. As we turn the corner to 2025, I will be focusing on building a countywide housing strategy with our state partners. We will continue to pursue housing grants for single and multifamily homes. We will be looking for programs and grants for second-story housing and for residential rehabilitation programs. In addition to housing grants, we will be pursuing and are currently pursuing relationships with independent developers, and our focus in 2025 is going to turn to senior housing in multiple locations. We are also working at the county level with the municipalities on community cleanup, demolition programs, building codes, and enforcement. We're working in partnership together on those things. In addition, the county launched in 2023 the Neighborhood Revitalization Program, the NRP program, which is a tax abatement program to promote rehabilitation and new construction of homes and businesses in the county. Growing housing is the #1 priority of the Osage County economic development. Here we'll share the impact of growing housing in Osage County. The average county tax rate is 1.640%. The average annual property taxes are $4,920, based on a value of $300,000. Based on the work that economic development is doing to grow housing, we are projected to have 80 new homes in 5 years. 80 new homes in 5 years on an average home value of $300,000 would be an increase of $24 million, or a 21% increase. 80 new homes at an average home value of $250,000 would be an additional $20 million, or a 17.6% increase. We would increase real property taxes in 5 years to nearly $394,000. For new homes, if you take an average of $250,000, we would increase property taxes in 5 years by $328,000. So it depends on how you look at it. Nevertheless, on the high side, we would be increasing by $394,000 property taxes, not just 1 year, but that would be year after year after year. We continue to grow our building permits. In total, we now have 737 total building permits at the county level, an increase of 551 in the last 2 years. Our next area of focus is growing tourism. We are in the process of growing tourism and will really begin to focus on this in 2025. The goal of doing so is to boost tourism to drive our local economy. It is all about community promotion, to celebrate our local businesses and attraction, to spark downtown revitalization, and attract new families to grow our tax base to improve our tax environment. Be on the lookout. We will be launching our new Osage County Travel and Tourism website and increase our social media presence this spring. We will be working on a centralized event calendar for the county. We will be placing billboards in key locations and building our heritage tourism, as well as launching our Osage County Historical Society. Will be launching an Osage County history book. So lots of great things happening. In 2020, we had 400 and essentially 3,000 visitors to our state lakes. We are growing visitors now in 2023 to 957, essentially 958,000 total visitors are coming into Osage County to visit our lakes. What a tremendous opportunity to take advantage of. In terms of Osage County tourism, the current economic impact, I have just received a new report with the 2023 numbers, which show us that $12 million, our visitors are spending up to $12 million on tourism within the county. This equates to 139 total jobs generated and $4 million in state and local taxes generated. When visitors are spending, they are spending $5.8 million in transportation, $2.3 million in food and beverage, nearly $2 million in recreation and entertainment, $1.2 million in retail, and $1.2 million in lodging. And we expect this to grow in the coming years. In addition, in tourism, one thing that was new for 2024 is we partnered with the Kansas Tourism Office and their Sunflower Summer Program. And we just received the results. So we were able to generate 45 new carloads of people coming to Osage County. And the Kansas Tourism reimbursed the lakes for reimbursements that were issued for $225. In total, for the entire program across the state of Kansas, 497,000 tickets were claimed, and total registered users were 336,000 users this year. That's incredible. And the total registered students were 370,000 students. I think one of the things that I'm most proud about this program is you can see a testimonial at the bottom where families were saying thank you for this opportunity, for providing us access to attractions and events that we never could have afforded to have done on our own. And so I'm super proud of Osage County for being a part of this program, and we will work to continue to find new attractions in the coming years. In addition, in the tourism area, Osage County Economic Development has partnered with Kansas Tourism, and we have joined a regional approach for the northeast portion of Kansas. And they do their own marketing. This costs us at a very minimal, like $75 a year to participate in this, where they are constantly promoting things to do, places for food and drink, and trip ideas. And Osage County will be a part of those events on the go forward as of spring 2025. In addition, in October, I attended the Travel Industry Association of Kansas conference, and there I learned about the upcoming largest, biggest ever World Cup that is coming to Kansas City in 2026. Regional planning events are already beginning to take place, and this is a topic that I will be talking to each one of the communities about on the go forward for next year. Essentially, they are anticipating nearly 700,000 visitors in the summer of 2026, and their impact will be felt within a 2-hour radius of Kansas City. They will be looking for things to do, and this is a great opportunity for Osage County to really be put on, make ourselves known and put on the map. So more to come in tourism for Osage County. As we go forward here, our next area of focus is downtown revitalization, really the heartbeat of our communities. We have, over the last year and a half, brought the Department of Commerce, Kansas Main Street Program, the Kansas State University Empowerment Program, and First Impressions Program to begin to tackle this challenge of revitalizing our downtowns. This will be a huge effort for economic development in 2025. And I'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Board and Commission for investing in our small rural communities by providing seed money to spark revitalization. We will also be pursuing HEAL and emergency HEAL grants to fix up downtown dilapidated buildings. In the area of new business development, economic development has been working at a rapid fire pace, basically warp speed, to take advantage of the Kansas BIL program. This is a bipartisan infrastructure law where Kansas will receive $40 million over the next 5 years to provide matching funds for investments in transportation, broadband, water, and resiliency. And each one of our federal grants that we have pursued, the Recompete grant for disadvantaged communities and connecting to new job opportunities, our Chrissy grant for a rail transload facility, and our most recent countywide application for Safe Streets for All, which are sidewalk and street improvements. We have received hundreds of thousands of dollars in matching money from the Kansas BIL. And we will continue to maximize that opportunity over the next couple of years. Proximity to growing markets north of us, east of us, and south of Osage County. We are in a perfect position to grow transportation logistics. Economic development has made a significant investment in time and resources to develop a rail transload facility in southern Osage County. We are working in collaboration with neighboring counties to bring this to fruition, and we will continue in this effort in the coming years. We are building partnerships and relationships and promoting Osage County with key partners in the region at the state and federal level and with key industries. We partnered with the Department of Commerce to become a Love Kansas community as they launched a dynamic talent attraction campaign aimed at boosting our state's population. We have 86,000 jobs available in Kansas and need people to fill them. These are teachers, nurses, and construction workers needed. The Love Kansas campaign is making the case to Kansans, both former and potentially future, that the Sunflower State is the best place to live, work, and raise a family. Osage County has received a small grant for participating in the program. And with those funds, we have hosted 4 events in Osage County this fall. Love Osage County events, promoting Love Kansas and promoting Osage County and growing Osage County. This holiday season, economic development is celebrating Osage County, supporting our small businesses through a Love Local campaign. Each month this year, we are having a contest with great prizes. For each community member, you have the opportunity to win a $50 gift card just by shopping local. Here in the center of the page is Victoria. She is our December and very first Love Local shopper. And all she had to do is so simple. To participate, all you have to do is go out to Facebook and like the Osage County Travel and Tourism Facebook page. Visit any of your Osage County businesses, your favorite businesses, snap a photo of yourself, friends or family, shopping and eating, and then post your photo as a comment under the current month's contest. And just post it with a hashtag, #LoveLocalOC. In addition, we are gifting a $500 grant to a lucky local business each and every month this year. We are supporting our local businesses, and the reason that it's important, as friends and families come home this holiday season, they come home with fond memories of shopping local and shopping downtown. So we have also put beautiful Love Local creative in our downtown windows, especially in dilapidated buildings. We are trying to dress up those windows and spark downtown revitalization. Our first December contest, or our first December business grant, went to Burlingame Cuties. This is Shay West, who has done so much for growing daycares in Osage County in both the Burlingame and the Osage City community. So congratulations to Victoria, our local shopper, and congratulations to Shay West, our very first business grant winner. The goal of the Love Local campaign is to support and promote our local businesses. If each one of our families in Osage County could shift $100 that they're already spending and put it towards the local economy, we can grow our county sales tax by $24,000 just this year. And every dollar that is spent locally has a multiplier effect of 2 to 4 times as it goes back into our local economy. Osage County, this means up to the potential of $100,000 additional dollars in county sales tax. With your efforts to shift your money, just $100 can make a difference in our local economy. So join me in thinking local first, and our local shoppers will win, our local businesses will win, and ultimately our community wins. And just so you know, our commissioners are not sitting back and just collecting sales tax like big fat cats. They are every day, every week thinking about how can we be good stewards of the county, and how can we offer more services and give back to our communities. Osage County is a small community with a lot to offer. Centrally located in close proximity to growing markets, strong logistics transportation corridors with engaged communities, we are poised for growth. The Board of Commission and Economic Development are committed to continuing to improve our community through significant investment in housing and infrastructure, as we continue to make Osage County a thriving place to live, work, and play. We believe that when you invest in community and build a place where people want to live, you build a place where top talent are drawn to work and where businesses will want to be. I am grateful for the opportunity to serve Osage County, proud of the good works we've accomplished thus far, and am excited for the substantial work ahead. Thank you so much, Osage County, and a huge thank you to the Board of Commissioners for their tremendous support over the last year and a half, and for the teamwork, as well as a huge thank you to each one of our municipalities for their partnership and the incredible work that they do within the communities, and to our Osage County leadership. Each and every one of our initiatives touches each one of these departments, and we could not do it without their support. So thank you so much.
I am the second of 4 children, and my siblings and I all went to this little private school that was around the corner from our house growing up. It was called Brook Hollow Christian School. And kindergarten through about... Sorry about that.
I like Priscilla Shear. She's very
Yes, she is good. Turn this off.
That's a lot of good
good.
information.
Oh, that was a lot.
Yes, thank you so much. I took my time, so I appreciate your patience with that. I just wanted to reiterate, thank you so much. It's been an incredible 1 year and 7 months, and we have a lot more to do.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it without you folks. And so I thank you so much, and to the great work with our municipalities, all of the community organizations, our chambers, our pride groups. It is a collaborative effort, and we are definitely stronger together. So wanted to, and also to all of my colleagues here at the county, like I said, seriously, this doesn't happen without all of their support. So we have a great group, and I'm really excited about the foreseeable future. So I also wanted to just extend a special thank you to Commissioner Bailey, who I know, you've just been such an important part of our team, and we've done really good work together, and just wanted to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate your action-orientated, helping us get through some things. So wherever you land, I'm looking forward to working with you. I know that you will be integral to what we do in the future, so thank you. And I'm also very much looking forward to meeting Brandon, Commissioner Brandon, in the new year, and helping to transition him and bring him on board for the team. So that's all I had today. Was there anything else that you wanted for me to cover? No?
You covered
You did
a
a
lot.
great
I
job.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sometimes it's hard to believe that much has happened.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Indeed, yeah, and it's hard to get the word out to everyone.
Right.
The many, many, many different things we have going on, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, lots more to do though, so thank you so much and happy holidays.
Very good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Holidays to Osage County.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we getting back to here?
We'll start with that.
This one? The only question I have is the concessions by the contractor. It says it addresses them, but it doesn't say what they are. I know it was written in something else that he talked about a while
Yeah,
back.
you
Do
have.
we have something in writing that we've signed in regards to those?
You have it in an email. That's what we talked about last week. As far as I know, that's the best that we got, is that email. Frank was on it.
Frank signed off on
Yeah,
one of
Frank
those.
signed off, Josh was on, we were on,
Okay.
everything is there.
I think the only one he was waiting on was the contractor to respond.
Mm-hmm.
think it had to do with the warranty and the decrease in price, I think. But as long as there's something in writing that the homeowners accepted, that was the last piece.
Yeah, right there, this change order also includes concessions by the contractor, including the cost reduction and extended warranties. So it's all on there.
So I need a motion to approve signing the, let me put it,
Change.
request for acknowledgement by county for the reduction of the sewer main liner smaller than the 8-inch.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Very good. Have a, you have to send out.
Oh, is this for the,
That's for the county Christmas party.
oh, yeah, in or January?
After Christmas party.
After Christmas.
Actually, it's good to do it that way. I mean, Christmas time's so crazy.
Holiday season party.
Well, it's still Christmas, but it's a lot of times, if
Right.
you do it a little bit later, then more people can come.
That's actually why it got to this, because sheriff's office, wasn't it?
It just gets,
So much.
it's just,
Sheriff office.
Okay, need a motion to approve paying purchase order number 3981 in the amount of $2,400.00 for the holiday meal, 150 holiday meals to be paid to Flint Hills Catering.
So moved.
second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Kid Camp Renewal.
I can just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking through that real quick.
There's abatements.
It's down, I'll start on.
And
Is-
what was the end that our premium went up? Wasn't it about 50? Didn't it go up like 50,000?
It's crazy.
Again?
It's crazy. On this sheet here, is this what, I know you have an inventory program or something with CIC, but is this list that is in here, is this what they send us or we sent them? Do you know?
That's what we
Send them. There's just a lot. It's a lot, and that's why I'm like, on all this stuff here, I don't, do we just verify the inventory once a year? Do we know?
Yeah.
So, I should know the answer to this, but let's say we sell a vehicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we contact Cape Camp then and say, hey, get this off of there, so that way, or how does that work to where?
I'm assuming that's how it happens. Is
We
that,
actually go on their portal and you
Remove
delete
something?
it.
Okay.
And then when you do your inventory every year, then yes, you go through and you make sure. And it is kind of confusing because when they send it back to you, they'll show all that stuff still there, but over in the next column, it shows whether it's active or inactive. But yes, that's how we do it. That way you're not covering things that you don't need to have covered.
Yeah. It just seems like a lot. Insurance,
But
insurance is out of control.
We've added, yeah, that's no joke.
Well, I mean, we've replaced older vehicles with newer
Right.
vehicles, and, I mean, it is what it is. As long, I mean, it's,
you can tell how much I like to look at insurance stuff.
yeah.
You know, I just keep reminding myself that it would be way worse if we weren't with K-Camp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's other providers out there for government entities that do this, you know?
Oh, they'd bury us.
You what?
Oh, yeah.
There is.
Yeah,
And I don't know if
we-
it's something that we need to, you know, shop each year and just see what's out there, not just to,
We were with private insurance for quite some time.
Here at
In
the
Lincoln
county?
No, in the city of Birmingham.
okay.
And when we found out that because the Osage County is with K-Camp, now your municipalities can share
Mm.
in the savings and be with K-Camp. And it was like, it was massive. It's like 50%.
When you think about it, how many buildings, how many cars, all the stuff that's getting covered under that,
Yes, it's just
Yeah.
like some sort of an audit process to make sure
Yeah.
that as we're offloading things, that they reflected in their system that we have gotten rid of it. You know what I mean?
And that's what, yeah, that's what this is. That's what that inventory is every year.
they should go through that and make sure that list is up.
Well, and that's where the departments, it's like, once, if we've sent them the information, they send it back and say, here's what we're charging you for. Then if the departments double check it to make sure that they didn't
They
miss
do.
removing something,
Yep,
that would be good.
yep, they do. Because Michelle actually sends us out and asks everybody for
Just
their,
double checking it all,
what there is.
yeah.
Hi, Laura.
Just hard to-
You can come on up if you like. We just got a couple orders of business right in front of you.
The only other question I have about this, and I don't know, is when we pay this, is this divided among the departments according to their items, or how is it? For some reason, I feel like it's kind of been
Each
divided.
department has their own share of the premium.
Okay, so it's a get
But we
divided.
pay it as a whole. It's supposed to come out of each one's budget, though.
I would have to look at
Yeah, that's how we've had to do it in the
I
past. I think
feel
this
like-
is probably your first renewal,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Well,
Maybe?
yeah, doing it, yeah, it's last year.
Because in the past, yeah. that's
I mean,
right,
we're
'cause
paying it
Linda
as a
done
whole,
it
but we're
first.
pulling it from their line item.
Exactly. It all
That's
comes
kind
out of each budget. So I will need a motion to approve paying the K-Camp invoice for the 2025 annual contribution for insurance in the amount of $289,404.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. You want to sign that? Oh, there's no signature, but,
Can't read it
our
anyway.
own,
Remember, they can't read it anyway.
right?
Who's the scribble? Oh, that's that other commissioner.
Okay. Let me get there, wait, it's yours, and yours. That takes care of Michelle. Excuse me.
Abatements.
Yep.
Abatements.
Oh, do abatements? Just one stack?
Yeah.
They're all personal property? Oh, there's sometimes too. Do you want these separate, Michelle? Okay.
My hair would not do anything today.
Hmm?
My hair was all sorts of a mess this morning. It was pretty funny. Still.
Well, it's
Just
just
wanted to wear my
because
hat.
it's almost a fallout, but I didn't want to tell you that.
It's okay. I know you
It'll
understand.
resemble
I
that.
know you understand.
Exactly. That's what mine did.
I'm
It got
sure.
it got uncontrollable, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't there to control anything. I keep trying to get a discount from my barber, but he hasn't given me one yet.
They still want full price, don't they?
Yeah, and I told him, I said,
Half the
when I
hair."
used to come in there, I had a full head of hair, and now look at me. Thank you, Ed, to make a motion for this.
Yeah. Are you good?
Yes.
So I need a motion to approve paying, or approve the tax roll corrections for tax year 2024 provided by Michelle Morris.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Hawkins? Security notice.
Normally, I do an executive session, then non-elected personnel.
Sure, just because it's you. 5 minute,
Yeah, that's all I
so you,
Yeah.
we'll let Heather finish that real quick.
Go
and
ahead.
then we don't want to take up her time. You're fine. Feverishly. Now yours is gonna look like Jay's.
I don't think so.
Heather's signature's gonna look like mine, oh my gosh.
We keep pushing her, she's moving fast.
Looks like a little speed demon over there.
I think she wants to tell us to shut up. She wants to-
She's concentrating awful hard to get her name spelled right.
Gotta cross the Ts, I forget it sometimes.
Don't forget to dust the I when you don't have that.
The T.
Okay, that being said, I would move we enter into executive session with all three commissioners and Treasurer Hawkins for a matter of 5 minutes. That would put us back at, call it 10:47 for non-elected personnel.
Second.
Motion's been made, seconded, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. In the spirit of speed through the signatures, we sped through the motion.
Yes, he is.
No action taken in executive session. Okay.
Okay, and then,
No, why? Sports.
okay, hiring one for part-time, 24 hours for less roads and needs.
Okay, I will need a motion to approve the 4 personnel payroll action forms brought forth by Treasurer Hawkins, 1 for new hire, 3 for resignation.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. There's that one for you. Anything else?
New Year's Eve verification on whether the bills are paying, or we work till 5, or.
I can't remember what we did on the reorganization. I know we had all the dates that were closed and things like that, but
Michelle, is that in there?
It's usually 11 until we do our stuff. Everybody stays till 11 or until we wrap up, and then, of course, the offices that have stuff to still do, still have to stay, but.
There you go.
Okay. And then the other thing is with being closed early on New Year's Eve, I need to request to shut down motor vehicles at noon, so that we can actually import them and be able to get our end of year done by 11 on the 31st.
so your request is that you end the motor vehicle services on Monday, the 30th at 11.
Yeah.
For the purposes of her year-end stuff, I'm fine with that.
You fine with that, Jay?
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay. All right. And I will get,
Just make sure you get it. Yeah, it's much notification, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get the news and contacted so they can get something in there as well.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Very good. Thank you.
Bills, bills, bills. I just. I was gonna ask you about this because you live over there. Does that cost for the senior center sound right for 1 month utilities? It just seems like a lot. I mean, I saw that it was, part of it maybe was in the senior center and part was like general
Keep
transportation.
in mind, the utilities are everything. It's not just water, that the electric, gas, that'd be everything in one. Same bill goes to everything, trash.
I think that we were looking at was two.
Well, I saw that there were two, and it was like maybe divided between land development and senior center, but their invoice date was the same, and so I was like, it's one building, there are two bills, but
I
it
mean,
just,
mine's half that at home.
it just seemed like a lot. Yeah, like this one was, I can't really see it. Breakdown in there. Oh, is that paper clipped in there?
Merry Christmas.
Hi. You're awful festive. Merry Christmas to you too. You want some candy? No, she
Oh,
took it
1/3
off.
of bill, 2/3 of bill. Do you know why there's two bills?
Just entered like that.
You know why the carburetor on the 454 works? Just does.
Well, it seemed like a lot for 1 month in one building. Oh, sorry.
Movie quote.
I'm still focused on,
Right.
I saw that, and it
Joe
just
Dirt.
seemed like a lot. But you said your home is half of that? At home? Your home is half of that?
670, something in that neighborhood.
Yeah, 'cause that's like almost $1,800
I got kids that just.
for utilities for the
That
seniors.
was like 16 or 1170 or something.
Well, it was 17, but there were two bills. There was an 11 something and a 500, whatever, but it just seems like so much.
What? I love air.
About what?
Airheads.
Oh, is that what you're eating?
Are my favorite. Probably good.
The only time I ate those when you gave me that one that was, yucky to yucky.
Well, I think she's got the one to sign in here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's mine. What?
I don't think so. I think you stole
No,
it.
that's yours, sorry. I printed these off, sorry. I didn't steal nothing.
Jet. Excuse me.
You gonna live?
I don't know.
No, probably that hair that's coming out got stuck in your throat.
Okay. Over. I deserve that, actually. This is lovely.
What? That book?
Yeah,
That book.
that's a dandy book.
It's a lot of hours.
Looks like it. Looks like a year's worth.
It felt like years ago.
Oh, this was one of the things, I'm pretty sure we've done this and I don't remember. It says the monitoring workstation
Oh,
for the,
911 program. I think that's what we approved last 2 weeks ago.
so it's multiples, it's not
When the
one
P-
thing.
Yeah. When he came in, that was that PO for pretty much updating their entire
Yeah.
system. That might even been about that update for the sheriff's office on their sound bar monitors and stuff.
Yep.
I vaguely remember something.
You good?
Yep.
So we'll need a motion to approve paying the bills on 12/23/2024 in the amount of $232 or $232,195.85.
Sorry, do that again.
Did you, is that a motion or?
I need that motion.
Okay, so moved.
Second, he said,
Motion's been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye.
he said $232 and I said so much.
Stamp it. Okay, so we have one meeting left before the end of the year.
Is that the only ones, Michelle? Not these other ones? Okay. Well, I'm gonna breeze through these afterwards.
Anything I'm missing?
Well, do we wanna talk about the thing we brought up last week, since it's getting close to the end of the year?
Yeah, we can put it on the 30th agenda. And
Let's do
actually
that.
have it as an agenda item.
Let's do that.
So if you would add to the 30th meeting, discussion on commercial wind and solar moratorium or ban?
It's a moratorium.
Moratorium. Please, Michelle. Anything else? We missed anything?
We gotta quit yawning.
What?
We gotta quit yawning.
Oh, yeah. Heather, anything?
Not at this time.
Going once, going twice? Need a motion to adjourn.
I will make the motion that we adjourn along with telling everybody Merry Christmas, so.
Very good.
Second.
Motion's been made for everyone to have a Merry Christmas and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We are